0 បាទជម្រាបសួរបងប្អូនទាំងអស់
រៀប
គ្នា
សួរ
បាទសូមវិលត្រឡប់មកវិញជាមួយនឹង podcast របស់ខ្ញុំហើយបាទថ្ងៃនេះយើងមានភ្ញៀវពិសេសរបស់យើង great guest speaker from the United States of America and actually Bong is our family in the US and we're really excited to hear Bong and today we are going to talk about these Khmer American community and the diversity, the melting pot, and well, it's a new term I learned, and Bong Prakan's going to kind of tell us more. And the last, we are going to talk about how newly immigrated population from other countries, especially from Cambodia, adapt to the new culture and do and don. Something that we are looking forward to listening to Bong Prakan. So Bong, my beautiful Bong, could you help us and tell us where you're from, Bong, the state, and kind of help our audience to learn more from you, Bong?
Okay. My name is Prakan. I'm from Southern California in San Diego area. And I've been here now pretty much all my life. So anything you need to know.
Yes. So Bong, from California. Bong, I heard that in California, it's a state where there's a lot of Cambodian population. Is it true, Bong?
Yes, we have one of the biggest Cambodian community in California, in particularly Long Beach, and Los Angeles. But Long Beach, in that city alone, we have more Cambodians living there than anywhere in the United States.
Oh, okay. So is there a Cambodian town like Khmer town?
Yes, actually, the state renamed. They gave them the community, and it's called Cambodian Town.
Oh.
So wow. It's on the map. Yeah.
I remember when I was in Australia, there's a Chinese town, right? You go inside, everyone speaks Chinese, and you feel like you're in China.
China.
So is it the same like in Cambodian town? People speak English. You have Num Bun Chok. You have.
Yeah, many restaurants, many food restaurants, many clothing. They have a lot of businesses, especially on Anaheim Street, I believe. So anything you need that is Khmer related products, food, clothing, they have it all right there in that little town.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, we just it's very, very diverse, right? It's
yes,
I know
very
America,
diverse.
I heard about the diversity. It's everyone from everywhere with cultures and so much to enjoy. I still remember back in 2017, I was there, walking from block to block. I could feel like I was in a different country, to see different things. Yeah.
Oh yeah, every state varies vastly. Every state is almost, in the United States, it's almost like a new country. And then within the state, every city is like another country. If you live in Southern California, in San Diego, and then you go up to LA, different climate, different environment, different. It's like it's almost like you're crossing state lines, but you're not. It's just it's city lines. But it's so different. But it's great. I like it.
You like? Well, what do most Cambodian American likes to do during free time in your area? Fishing, cooking.
They like fishing. They like camping. Going. I think camping is a big deal. Fishing is a big deal. Things like that. But I think Cambodian Americans, I think we work very hard to have what everybody have here in the United States, So, free time is not a big luxury because, like with my parents, my dad worked every day.
Right.
It was hard for him to have the free time to, he did have a little bit, and he took us to the park and to the beach and things like that. But as a whole, I think the Cambodian community, free time, they like to get together, maybe sing karaoke, maybe gamble in the house, drinking, eating. I think a lot of people just like to get together, call people over to each other's homes, drink, party, relax. I think they do that with their free time a lot. Community, I think my people like the community, so they like to come to people's, we go to our friends' homes and spend time there, eat. It's food, always food related. We always have food and
Okay, Bong. I have noticed seeing America, the culture, whether you are Cambodian American or whether you're Australian American or Thai American, I have seen the sophistication. Sorry, that's probably not a word, but sophisticated. I checked the definition of the word. sophisticated population or people are the one that have more knowledge about the culture, knowledge about the surrounding. This is what I have noticed. You probably don't realize, but people who talk to you, people who talk to American as a general, we feel like you guys are more sophisticated, sorry, the term. I also notice women are more independent, are more of, this is our society, we work hard, and I kind of like want to know what is really behind of women power of like more of independent in the culture. I mean, I'm sorry.
In the Khmer culture or just in America?
That's a good question. How about in kind of blending, kind of not really in diversity culture? How is it because every day new challenges, you have to make decisions. You don't have to only depend on men. We just, we.
Well, for a long time, women couldn't vote, women couldn't own property. You were your husband's property, right? And so as we become more, when since we've gotten more freedoms, more liberties, we're taking full advantage of it, right? So, now, traditional marriages, for instance, back like with my parents' generation, they share the same checking account, savings account, right? And it's one. But today, we're very independent, and we are like saying we don't need a man to take care of us. We could do it on our own, and that freedom, it's uplifting, it's freeing. And so now, women don't. We may have a joint account for bills and things like that, but we have our own checking account, our own savings account, separate from our husbands.
Yeah, the reason I'm asking is this, Bo. Do you know, I know now it's changing with the global influence and also the promotions of women's rights, and now we see the value and our culture starting to kind of giving more, helping women to be leaders and all of that. The reason I'm asking you is that when we have a Khmer community over there, which one it's more kind of leaning on to the one that kind of like allowing women to have more voices, or is it like an old culture like we had many years ago? I just wanna, but I'm sure.
Well, I've experienced both. I still see because I still see new immigrants coming over, and I think that in those situations, women, I think, still take on that role, maybe because they don't understand what the roles are yet, right? Oh yeah, but the women and women that are new, I think in the household it's still traditional. I think that men who marry women from Cambodia, the Cambodian men who bring Cambodian women over here and marry them, I think they do that because they want that traditional family values, right? And they believe that if they marry Cambodian women from Cambodia, they will still have those values and those customs. But because American women here, they take on the American, they assimilate it. We're Americans, and American women are independent. We're free. We're strong. We are successful on our own, and so we don't, for lack of a better word, we don't need a man, right? Where but the men, I think, still want the traditional family values. So I think it's it's okay, but I think it is a struggle sometimes. I think I see that between couples, and I actually know a couple of men friends that marry women from Cambodia because they want that traditional household, but they learn quick that just because the women from Cambodia came from Cambodia doesn't mean that they have the mindset of a 1950s Cambodian woman either. They come here and they already know. I think because social media plays a huge part on it, right?
That's right.
They see the world.
That's true.
And
That's true. Well,
yeah, they see the I guess the possibilities, right? And I think that once they're here, and the husbands, they're not holding them down either. They want them to have liberties and freedoms too, but they still want the old traditional culture, customs. But I've noticed that new Cambodian women from Cambodia come here, they assimilate pretty quickly. They take on jobs. They assimilate. They have friends. They have they're not quiet. What I don't know what the men were expecting, but they're not They don't come here like that though.
Mm.
I've noticed they're not what the men think that they will be.
They adapt it well, right? They
They
kind of
adapt fast and well.
wow, wow.
Hmm.
Maybe this is global social media has allowed people to see more.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, do you see our Khmer community really enjoy more with the diversity?
You know, I think it's yes and no. It depends on
Mm,
the people because and the individual because Cambodians I notice like to live in communities.
yeah.
They like to know that they have the same minds
Mm-hmm.
nearby
Yeah.
because when you look at cities of where Cambodians live, it's rare that
Yeah.
you'll find only one Cambodian family in that city. If it's a, you know, so they seek out cities like San Diego, Los Angeles, Long Beach, or in, you know, Massachusetts, you know, where there's clumps of Cambodian people, they like
Yeah.
to go to where, because I think they feel safe,
Yeah.
you know, they feel like they have a sense
Mm,
of community,
yeah.
you know, and so I think Cambodians tend to like the community. I don't think there's a lot. I mean, like me, I grew up, I came to the United States in 76 and there wasn't a huge, I mean, except for the people that my parents
Yeah.
came with,
Yeah.
there wasn't already an established Cambodian community. So we were on our own. So everywhere we went, we were the one of the first. So there
Yeah.
was no other. So when I grew up and I went to school, it was just maybe if I was lucky, there was one other Cambodian person there.
Yeah.
But there was a whole bunch of Vietnamese and Chinese, but Cambodians, I was alone,
Mm,
you know,
I
and it
see.
wasn't until the 80s where my siblings, they got the
Yeah.
opportunity to have
Yeah.
you know, other Cambodian kids in the same school and they got to
Mm-hmm.
interact,
Mm-hmm.
but as for me, I didn't get that.
I see. Yeah, well, thank you. Well,
Hmm.
yeah, I when I study a bit about the economic growth, there are some studies indicating that the knowledge and creativity by immigrants contribute so much to the diversity culture. As an
Hmm.
example, in the U.S., people from other country they bring over creativity, ideas, and and then they develop where they are at. I see. The world really witnessed like when the idea all come together, it create creativity, new idea, new ways. I like to take this to kind of ask you, well, not really ask you, but when, say, one day people want to come over, to
Hmm.
Cambodia, and they want to bring more creativity idea, to help the local community here because
Hmm.
they are growing in a developed world, right? A lot of
Right.
knowledge, a lot of new thing, and they want to come to help. Cambodia is a small country, smaller than the U.S., and there are people lots
Okay.
of high.
um okay, so to answer your question, I think the young, you know, the new generation, I think, aside from money, I think want to go, but I think their parents who have survived the war, I think they still have trauma.
Mm,
So because they don't know how to deal with that trauma, they
yeah,
haven't gotten, because I think with trauma, just with any country,
yeah,
anybody, right, and
that's
or
right,
any situation, not
right,
even war, if you have a trauma,
yes,
and you don't talk to someone,
mm-hmm,
right? You
mm-hmm.
don't work it out and you
Yeah,
hold it in,
yeah,
that becomes an issue, and then they live in
yeah,
constant fear of that trauma that
yeah,
they experience,
yeah,
and they don't know how to let it go.
mm,
And so
mm,
for, you know, the older generation, I think, you know, it is what it is with them, but I think the new generation sees, like through social media,
mm-hmm,
the
mm-hmm.
new Cambodia,
Yeah,
new, you know, Phnom Penh, and they see it's a city life, they see
yeah,
it's
yeah,
flourishing, and they want to go. The only thing I think that probably prevents them is the plane ticket to go, because it's probably like,
mm,
you know, a lot of money, right? But
yeah,
and then, you know, and when you go to such a far away place, you
yeah,
need 2 weeks at least, and sometimes your job doesn't permit that. So I don't think that
time, yeah,
there's, yeah, so I don't think that it's like, you know, people don't want to go, or, you know, or anything. I think it's time, money,
money, yes,
you know, and then family obligations, because,
yes,
you
yes.
know, for whatever reasons. But I think, if, because I'm gonna tell you right now, if I had the time and the money, no obligations, I would be there tomorrow,
Oh wow,
you
that's
know. So,
awesome.
and I think a lot of people,
Yeah,
and I think a lot of people have the same, share the same sentiment as me, you know, because I
mm,
do actually have a lot of friends who have been, and they've been you know, more than 10 times, you
Yeah.
know, and they love it and they keep going back.
Yeah, yeah. Well, one more thing I think maybe our Khmer American knows this. Maybe
Hmm.
the cost of things may be a little bit more affordable. Maybe in the
Yeah.
US you pay what $15 per meal. I
Hmm.
remember having to pay like $15 per plate of like pho, right? But here you
Oh
can
my
only
God.
only two
I
dollars
know.
or $1, and
I know.
something like that
Yeah,
people you
once
may
we're
enjoy.
there, yeah, yeah. See, once we're there, it's okay. It's the getting there is the problem, you know?
Right, right, right. Well,
Because yeah, I mean, do you guys, I don't know how much a venti Starbucks is for you in Cambodia,
eight
but it's 850 for here.
$8.
850. Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is more expensive here. $3,
For the
$3
large?
50. I'm
For
not
the
sure
large?
about the light. Light probably close to
Okay.
five. I don't drink
Oh,
from
okay. You
Starbucks.
don't drink coffee? Oh, you don't drink
No, no,
Starbucks?
no. I do drink coffee, but Starbucks is considered rated as a really top, higher.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, we have
okay.
Amazon. We have this, but I usually pay about $2 for coffee, a
Oh,
dollar and a half.
wow.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Yeah, see the difference?
yeah, yeah. Speaking of Starbucks, I remember when I was in the U.S. walking to where I was going. I was supposed to work, and then you guys still use coin, right? As small changes. Do you still use coin or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
Okay.
mean, okay, I mean, yes, we still use cash, we use coin, but I mean, of course, now we're transitioning to all credit,
Right,
you know,
right, right,
but
right.
we still use coins, yes.
You still use coin. I said, okay.
Yeah.
When I pay something, I receive many coin, right, on my pocket, and then I
Mhm.
remember I have a small little wallet, and then
Okay.
any changes I have is a lot of coin, and
Mhm.
I guess we stopped using coin almost 30 years ago.
Oh,
Yeah, we
wow.
don't use
Okay.
coin. Okay. I made this question, and I'm not sure whether this question was really funny. There was a barista, a male barista, was serving me coffee. I'm sure it was Starbucks, and then it was like about $3 or $4 only. And then I have all my coin, like quarter, 50 cent, and then I asked, well, I try my best. Excuse me, do you accept coins? I said,
Yeah.
do you
Yeah.
accept coin? I don't know
Yeah.
why I asked them, do you accept like all these coins? And they said, oh yeah, we do. And I was
Yeah.
like, and I was really kind of nervous to see because I don't like feeling rejected, right? I don't like,
Right, I understand. I
yeah.
understand.
And then
Yeah,
he
yeah.
did accept, so I was like counting it for him. So I was kind of finding it really hard to ask people, whether they accept the
Oh.
small little changes or not,
Yeah, I mean, if it's busy, they don't like it
Right, right.
only because it's busy and if they have to
They have
count,
to count.
count it. But
That
it's
makes sense.
not because they don't accept it or not because anything. It's just
Right, the
if it's
timing.
busy,
That makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it
it.
was.
That's it.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
wasn't like a big, like many people. It was just
yeah,
me and him. But I just wonder.
yeah,
It's still like
yeah,
I felt like this is
yeah,
coin, right? I'm never holding
yeah,
something like this, So
yeah,
anyway,
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
was a coin. Wow. Yeah. So things cost up here. You're right, Bong. It's just how to get here. But in Cambodia, I'm sure there's so many other things. And well, I'm using this podcast hoping to, reconnect our Khmer community.
Yeah.
Whoever never been back for a long time. Cambodia is a safe place. Lots of
Like
things,
me.
we can do. And
Yeah,
hoping, Bong, we have to bring the momentum that,
yeah.
yeah,
Isn't
yeah.
but isn't tourism in Cambodia up? I thought I heard that it was up.
It's getting, Bong, it's getting right now. It's getting more. So we're trying to promote, we're trying to tell the world
Yeah.
that we have, like, what is the word? We have the ancient temples. We have many other places that sometimes we need people to speak up for us. That we
Yeah.
have things.
Well, I actually have a few friends that actually moved to live in Cambodia.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I know a few people that have actually moved their life and is permanently living there right now.
Oh, great. That's
So,
wonderful.
and one of them, she's loving it. She opened a business,
Yeah.
a jewelry business, I think,
Uh-huh.
and she loves it. And she doesn't see coming. She's been to visit back home in the United States like once or twice, but she loves it in Cambodia.
That's awesome, Bong. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
something I'm hoping the next conversation that we have, we wanted to speak to our Khmer community, we understand, and just I think we do need people with more ideas of more of different aspect of life, and then when it combining and helping empowering the local. I'm looking at the entrepreneurship, right, businesses, and helping with the business ethics. We want to grow our economy, and also people have to understand that when we serve like customer services, you guys are from developed world, so you're bringing something and for the better, to better, so I'm hoping next conversation, Bong. So Bong, I know I don't want to take too much of your time. I know it's nighttime already for you. I think we want to go to the last point is when people are newly migrated to America, Cambodian people, they will come. Are there any do's and don'ts that Bong, I know you mentioned that people adapt fast but there are old parents here who adopted by their kids in the US. They come and want to spend long term. They may not like, some people I have heard that they said it's quiet. They said everyone's just so busy, not like here. People are so almost every day. But there are certain things, that anything that you wanna kind of help us understand do's and don'ts, even in our Khmer American community.
The thing is, that's kind of complicated and hard to answer because from what I know of our people, Cambodian people, we're very respectful, right? We're very we're very community oriented. We're very aware of our of our surroundings, and we're very mindful, right? We're very mindful of everything around us, and I don't think that there's any do's or don'ts, and I think America is very gracious. We understand that you're not from this country, and so we don't shun you for carrying on your own customs. Like, are you talking about like maybe customs, like foods, or are you talking like behavior? Because I think that for the most part, yes, you hear Trump's America racist, but it's not, to be honest. So I can't think of a scenario where a Cambodian person would do something and I say, "Ooh, they better not," because I'm trying to think, and I don't see any Cambodian people making and to be honest, we don't make the news. Cambodian people are not in the news. We don't have a name. You hear about Vietnamese gang, Chinese gang, Japanese, right? And you hear about Mexican gangs and things like that, right? Like all the ethnic, everybody that's in America, it seems, and there's white gangs too, don't get me wrong. But aside from Long Beach, and there was a small time where there was a heavy gang presence, Cambodian gang presence. But other than that, we don't make the news. We don't, people, sometimes I feel like they don't even know we exist because we're so mindful, right? We're not loud. We don't do anything obnoxious. So it's hard for me to think of what not to do, because anything they do, I don't see it as it's not going to be a problem. There's nothing unless you can think of an idea of something that Cambodian people do that may be abrasive, but I don't think so.
Yeah, usually
because I feel like we have more restrictions, right? Like if an American person comes to a Cambodian household, take off your shoes, make sure you greet your elders, and we have more rules where Americans not so much.
Yes, I think speaking of my opinion, if I'm going to a place where I don't know people, I don't know the place, I usually tend to be quiet and watch and observe and learn and be respectful rather than I act like I'm the king in the area, This is more of the DNA that I've seen.
Because of, I think we were brought up differently, right? To respect other people's things, to respect other people's space, right? This is not yours. Because you can do anything you want in the United States. I mean, if you want to pray, you want to walk barefoot, you want to, there's no, I mean, I wouldn't, okay, maybe here's a don't walk barefoot because there could be glass, but that's common sense, right? But I can't think of a don't, because Cambodian people, We are not.
Okay. No, but sorry,
Yeah.
I'm laughing because I tell you something. Okay, I
Uh-huh.
know this is
Did you
to
step
our
on glass?
step on glass. You mean?
Yeah.
No, actually, um, okay. When I was in the U.S., I was
Mhm.
wearing short,
Mhm.
clear
Mhm.
to the
Mhm.
DC, and I will,
Oh.
and then people say, oh, the temperature is 26. I said, yeah, that's I like cold. So they said the temperature is low, but I didn't really pay attention. And then my Khmer friend, we were on the same program, so we were walking, right? And
Mhm.
I remember one of us got flip flop. I think it was me got a flip flop. Yes, and he got the short. He got the short. So we all something weird. We were walking and then
When was this? Like, is it in the winter time?
spring. It was spring. Was it?
Spring. Okay. Uh-huh.
Yeah, Chicago was really cold for us. We couldn't really stand outside. We
Yeah.
had to go inside
Yeah.
the building. But a couple of days before Chicago, I was in DC, and I was walking, and the temperature went so low, and I was freezing. And when people said walking, I thought it was like a short walk, like here. But walking in the U.S., I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong. But walking over there, it can be miles.
Oh yeah, in California, nobody really walks. I mean, maybe in New York because the streets are smaller,
Uh-huh.
but the rest of the country, everybody needs a car. Nobody walks.
Okay, yeah. It was like a park, but maybe because I was like, okay, if I get tired, I can get like a pass up or tuk tuk, like a. But in America, you don't you have to go find like a grab like taxi, right?
Yeah, or a
But it
bus.
was
Or,
like,
yeah,
oh, it was a good experience, but it was really
yeah,
funny,
yeah,
cold, and
yeah.
I was like I sometimes I had to go to find public bathroom, and
Yeah, some places in downtown it's hard. Like when I,
exactly, yeah,
go to downtown, any downtown, right? The business, because also they have a high homeless number when you're in a downtown area,
yeah,
because
yeah,
there's a lot of people, so they go there, they feel safe, they
yeah.
they can ask people for help and things like that. But like when I took my son to a concert in downtown and I needed to use the restroom, most restaurant, unless
Uh-huh.
you're a patron
Yeah.
there, they're not going to let you use it. So it was,
Oh.
and so you can't go to a store and say, can I use your restroom? They won't let you.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's.
experienced that in Chicago. I was
Mhm.
like, sorry to say this, but to us, we're like, why are you so mean? You know?
Yeah, no, because I think because they have, the employees have to clean it, and sometimes
Right,
there's
right,
unruly people, and they make a mess because
right,
I don't
right.
know
It's
why
true.
those
It's
types of
true.
people exist.
But I think no, Bong. It's correct because anything when it comes to the public, if
Mhm.
they open to the public, I'm sure they will have a lot of more response. That makes sense to us, right? But
Mhm.
yeah. Anyway, that's a good thing to know.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's hard to find restrooms unless you find like a big store like a Target or a Walmart. It's like a super place like that. Then you know how you're just free to come in and out. Those restrooms, they're clean. I
Yes.
always look for like a Target or a Walmart. I don't know if you've heard of these places.
You've
They
been, yeah,
always
I've
have
been to Walmart, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they have bathrooms. It's always clean.
Ah,
They don't question you. You can just come in and out. Nobody cares.
okay, I
So you have
see.
to look for those types of big
Big mall
stores,
store,
big
right,
small stores. Yeah,
right.
but
Okay.
little stores, they won't let you use it unless you're a
Ah,
customer.
what about the normal like KFC? Do they have? Oh, yeah, I think I've been
No,
to.
unless you're a customer. Unless you're a
Oh,
customer,
right,
and
right.
then if you buy something, then they give you a token. Like they charge you to use the bathroom, but if you buy something, they give you a
Yes.
token
Yeah.
to use the bathroom.
All
It's so
shop that
dumb.
have the bathroom, unless you are a customer.
A paying
A
customer.
paying customer.
hmm
Okay,
I don't
that's
know if
good.
you've seen videos of people like, okay, back to Starbucks. They have an area where you can, like in Starbucks, you can sit and work,
Yeah,
right? They let
yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of coffee shops, right? They have tables and Wi-Fi, but they also still expect you to buy something, right?
Oh,
Not if you want to use the facilities, right?
yes.
Because I don't know if you've seen many videos where it's been viral where somebody wants to come and use the restroom. They're like, no, you're not a customer, get out. Or if they sit there to do their work and they haven't bought anything and then they want to use the restroom, they won't give it to them either, even though, it's so weird. I don't understand that. I really don't. But yeah, a
It's
lot of
just,
these little franchises,
yeah.
unless you are a paying customer,
Okay. Yeah. So
yeah.
I think this is great for those people, our friends and families, or planning.
Okay, that's a one thing to know. That's a good thing
Yeah.
to know because I was trying to think, and I was like, so that's actually a good one. A lot of stores
Yeah,
won't
yeah.
have bathrooms openly
Yeah,
free
yeah.
to you.
Oh, when before I was coming to the U.S. for that exchange program, we had some
Mm-hmm.
called orientation, do and don'ts, and I had to
Mm.
learn these things too. For example, when you are walking in
Oh.
front of someone, open the door. It is more polite to make sure you don't let the door go and hit someone behind you.
Oh,
So
okay. I see what you
yes,
mean.
there's something
Okay,
like that.
okay.
That in here we sometimes we did not know that it's important to, and also open the door for others. I mean, in a car.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me touch on that.
Yes,
It's polite, but it's not necessary.
I see. Yes, yeah.
And people actually, like, I actually don't like it when, especially because you have some people that are very, very nice, right?
Mm-hmm,
Very polite,
mm-hmm.
and they hold the door open for me. But I'm still a good 30 seconds away. I don't want you to hold the door for me and wait for me. I feel bad.
Right. That's right. Yeah.
Now I have to rush to get there because I don't want you to stand there holding the door for me. So I would prefer it if you don't hold the door for me, because I want to take my time to get there. I don't want to rush because I don't want to hold you up. So
Right. Right.
I'm trying to be polite by rushing, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
that you don't have to hold the door too long. But I don't want to rush. I want to take my
Right,
time.
right. I mean,
So,
the context I was referring to is when we are walking us in line and then having
yeah,
to
no, I
open
know.
it.
Yeah,
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 But I
yeah,
understand what
yeah.
you're saying, Bong. Yeah, I
Yeah.
see.
So
I
yeah,
see.
and I don't, it's so funny because when you live with that and it's like second nature. I'm not even, I didn't even think about that, and then when you
Yeah.
mentioned, I'm like, oh yeah, 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 okay, that's one thing. Yeah, I mean, it's polite to hold the door.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
good to be more
yeah.
respectful in wherever you are at. So this is great, Bong. We are finishing out well about adaptation, and you mentioned that
Mhm.
Cambodian, because of the culture of respect, when we come to a new area, it's much easier for us to quickly adapt to this. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Bong, and it's great
Yeah.
conversation and helping Khmer people over here understand the
Yeah.
Khmer American
Yeah.
community over there. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
awesome, Bong. So, Bong,
Yeah.
any words you want to speak to our Khmer people here or our Khmer American community, words that, okay, like something that you want to, yeah, give us.
Um, the only thing I can think of off the top of my head is
Yeah.
always, I feel like, be proud of being
Mm-hmm.
Khmer, because
Yes.
honestly, like I mentioned before, we're not in the news, and that's a good thing. We
Oh,
are respectful, we are
right.
polite, we are
Yes.
gracious, we are
Yes.
kind. So be proud of who you are as a
Thank you,
Cambodian
Bong.
person.
Wow, so beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you
You're
so much.
welcome.
បាទអញ្ចឹងលោកអ្នកបងប្អូនខ្ញុំទៅតែធ្វើការសន្ទនាជាមួយនឹងបងប្រកាន់សូមកពីខាងរដ្ឋ California គាត់នៅក្នុងសហគមន៍ខ្មែរអាមេរិកាំងហើយល្អមែនតើថ្ងៃនេះបានជជែកលេងជាមួយបងហើយបងស្រីគាត់យល់ច្រើនតែលើបងស្រីប្រាប់ថាពិបាកនិយាយប៉ុន្តែស្ដាប់បានទាំងអស់
ទាំងអស់
ទាំងអស់
So ប្រយ័ត្នណាប្រយ័ត្នណា
ប្រយ័ត្ន
ណា
បាទនឹងហើយសង្ឃឹមថាលោកអ្នកបងប្អូនខ្មែរអាមេរិកាំងដែលធ្វើដំណើរចេញចូលពីខ្មែរទៅអាមេរិកឬក៏បងប្អូនដែលរស់នៅទីនោះយូរហើយចង់មកកាន់ប្រទេសកម្ពុជាយើងចង់ប្រាប់លោកអ្នកបងប្អូនថាកម្ពុជាគឺជាប្រទេសដែលតែងតែស្វាគមន៍ហើយសុវត្ថិភាពហើយពួកយើងមាននៅកេរដំណើររបស់បុរាណក៏ដូចជាទីកន្លែងជាច្រើនដែលខ្ញុំគិតថាវាជាមានកន្លែងទេសចរជាពិសេសនៅយើងក៏ជឿថានៅពេលខាងមុខពេលដែលមានលោកអ្នកបងប្អូនខ្មែរអាមេរិកាំងដែលគាត់មានគំនិតថ្មីល្អដើម្បីជួយជំរុញសន្ទុះសេដ្ឋកិច្ចសហគមន៍ណាល្អមែនតើហ្នឹងហើយខ្ញុំសង្ឃឹមថានៅក្នុងអាណត្តិថ្មីរបស់រដ្ឋាភិបាលខ្ញុំជឿថាលោកអ្នកបងប្អូននឹងយើងអាចធ្វើការកាន់តែគៀកកាន់តែប្រសើរឡើងដើម្បីធ្វើឲ្យប្រទេសជាតិស្រុកខ្មែរយើងកាន់តែល្អផងដែរបាទ This is awesome, Bong. Thank you so much for joining my
You're
short
welcome.
podcast.
Anytime.
Yeah. Yes, Bong. All right, Bong. I guess I have to let you go because it's late
Okay.
time already. Thank you so much, Bong.
Yes.
Hope to see you next time.
You're
Okay,
welcome
Bong.
anytime. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye, Bong.
Bye.
Bye, Bong. Bye.